Welcome or welcome back, beautiful souls, to the channel. I'm Chica, your conscious mentor, and today I will be going over what you need to know about this Aquarius August full moon on August 12th, 2022. In this video, I'm going to be pulling out some cards, and I will be also sharing with you some things that you can do, some rituals that you can do for this very powerful full moon. I find Aquarius full moons can be so energetic, and we are also in the season of Leo, so there's so much I need to share with you. Before we get into the video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, put notification bell so you don't miss a video. And also, if you feel called to go deeper into your healing, I am opening up my one-on-one mentoring. So for those who are interested in healing themselves, learning how to do shadow work, learning how to tap into, letting go and dissolving any blocks around abundance, mother wounds, also understanding their gifts, and so much more, then this is a program for you. If you're interested in learning more, you can message me on Instagram with I am ready to heal, or through email, I am ready to heal. You can also check out my courses on shadow work, and the last announcement is my retreats. I have medicine retreats that are happening. We have one in August in Peru, one in Canada in September, one in October in Costa Rica, and our last one is in December in St. Lucia. So if you're interested in that, DM me. I am ready to go to the retreat and which one you're interested in, and I can give you more information on that. Let's get into this Aquarius full moon. I've been receiving so many messages on it, and there's a lot of collective messages for this Aquarius full moon and how it will affect you individually, but then there's also a lot of just fiery energy, a lot of opportunity for emotions to arise. So the first download that I received when tuning into the Aquarius August full moon on August 12th, 2022 is that you are feeling all the emotions, and that's okay. We've been taught in the society and growing up that we need to know exactly what one emotion we are. As a child, we learn about sad and happiness and anger, and then we bring it at home, and based on our environment, we have to ask ourselves, do we give ourselves permission to explore that emotion? Were we able to explore that emotion as our younger self? Understanding how rules and emotions made an impact for you in your life. So a great way to say is what rules or restrictions were given in your environment or in yourself and your belief systems that did not allow you to really embody, to explore an emotion. For example, anger. If you had tantrums as a child and maybe your parents responded by saying, grow up, or stop being so loud, or, you're crying too much. These are the things that allow us to shut out of those emotions and makes us fear to explore it. So Aquarius here with this full moon, it's causing us to understand that it is okay to feel everything. It is okay to feel. As empaths, that might be something that is hard for us to manage. Because we absolutely feel everything. And if you're an empath, put a star emoji down below. But knowing how can you manage the human of feeling. And what I mean by that is a human will have experiences. You might go driving, you'll have road rage, you might have unexpected news, and then that shifts your day. But the spirit is what needs to be in a space of being. The spirit is what grounds us. So the spirit gives us permission to feel everything that our human is feeling. But our human has to understand not to categorize these emotions. So you're going to be initiated on allowing yourself to, I have permission to feel various emotions at the same time. I have permission to feel various emotions at the same time. Not feeling guilty if you are feeling a specific emotion, rather welcoming it and asking yourself, what is there? How is this emotion forcing me to speak my truth, to speak, up for myself? This is Aquarius full moon's all about stating your truth. And again, we're looking at structure, we're looking at systems. So from a collective standpoint, we're going to start to see a lot of anger happening based on, you know, a lot of the justice things that are going to be going on. The way that the community and the collective is going to reflect and react to, you know, just wanting new paradigms, wanting more conscious paradigms. And I think we can all say that the old systems are not working anymore. As I say that, I have the Yang card. So this is all the 2, angel number 222. If you've been seeing 222s, this number is really coming out for me. And what Yang is saying is it's number 1. So we're looking at this beginning of the masculine. Yang is the masculine energy. Oh, I got the wrong book. This is the wrong one. Okay, here, got it. So let's look at what this card is saying for you. The masculine principle of movement and creative activity, the power to make things happen, taking action. This is all about representing power and action. If you checked out the Lionsgate video that I also had, this talks about that. I talk about the difference between power and control. So we're seeing this as a theme all throughout the month, even in this Aquarius full moon. So for the Aquarius full moon, it's all about saying that for things to manifest, you need to act on it. So here it's saying that while you are feeling all these emotions, you can still manifest. Don't allow your emotions to drive you off course. You know, it's okay to feel that and still be excited for your manifestations, to still explore those things. Allow your momentum to continue and make the headway. You know, that's kind of that's your guides telling you, like, I know it sounds, I don't mean it in like a human way, but it's almost like suck it up is what humans are saying. It's spirits kind of saying like, okay, you're feeling all this and you can still do it. You know, like you can feel sad, you can grieve, you can feel excited for your manifestation all at the same time. Why does that have to be considered a bad thing? This card signifies a new life, to assure a sign of obstacles and have been to come. So again, with the Lionsgate just finishing, and then we go right into the Aquarius full moon on August 12th, 2022. With this Aquarius full moon, it's saying it's the action. So this is the 2-2 number I was talking about in that video, where the action, you're taking that action, you're bringing it here. This is when you're starting to get signs of what the next steps are for your manifestations in the 3D world. There is no reason to hesitate. So this is like green light. You're gonna be brought like a clarity around what time all those things, you know, the business, the new finances you're creating, the new home, the traveling, the new beginnings with yourself, the new habits that you have with wellness in your everyday daily life. You're gonna start to have more of a regimen. And that's where the Yang comes in, that healthy masculine, and exploring that. How can I allow my human to experience and have a moment while attending to my spirit? So this is something that I want you to write down as a shadow work prompt. How can I allow my human to experience and have a moment while attending to my spirit? So how can my human can experience all these emotions during this full moon in Aquarius, 3 days before, 3 days after, and the day of, and allow this to still honor that lion energy that we're having with the Leo, you know, still having that passion and that love for your manifestation. Don't allow it to bug you down, because you are more powerful. Your spirit's gonna hold you in these emotions, but you have to trust that, okay? The second thing you need to know about this Aquarius August full moon on August 12, 2022 is the collective wants more freedom, and this is time to use your voice. We will see protests. We will see intense events in the news. So I just want to put this out there because it's already starting to happen. And as you know, a space holder, as a person here, I'm going to just share this in full honesty, full flow. For things to change in our world, we need to be the change in our small communities. And what I mean by that is that a lot of us have become desensitized by the things that are going on in the world. and I don't want to go into politics, but I'm going into the astrology part of it in the moon so you can know more about it with Aquarius. What this is saying is for things to change, and because Aquarius rules justice and, you know, human rights and all of that, for things to change, we need to figure out what we need to do. We have to speak up. You know, there's certain events that happened the past 3 years that we've seen in protest on, you know, making sure that we have human equality, having freedom, what's going on in the world right now with restriction, all of those things. We've had so much of that news, and it's a sign that our world is looking for a new paradigm. What worked before is not working right now because the consciousness of the collective is so much deeper. They're looking for something more. You know, we're looking for you know, more aligned, more human connection, more energetic based relationships, work environments, that type of stuff, even governments and organizations. So here it's really saying there's going to be some intense events and news that are going to happen. And then this time it's going to trigger something in you. It might trigger something that initiates through an ancestral or a past life. It may also trigger something that happened in this lifetime, which is going to initiate you to figure out what new paradigm you need to make in your world. New, you know, structure, new belief in specifically with self-worth, love, boundaries, that's huge, and how you restrict yourself based on old paradigms. So these are the biggest things that are coming up for this Aquarius full moon. And when we make those new paradigms being made, we're looking and we're allowing ourselves, and this is something I said before in a live, is take off the rose glasses. Some of us have rose glasses. There's two groups. There's some of us who have rose glasses and we don't know we have them. And during this Aquarius full moon, you're about to get another awakening of something that you used to really believe in, and now you're figuring out and you're seeing the truth of it. And it could be in your own circle based on the collective energy. And then there's going to be the other part of those who are putting the rose glasses as protection because they don't want people to see them and the way that they are and how they've changed. And they don't want people to feel that they're going to lose everyone in their life because they've shifted so much. And I think that's the biggest thing with humans is we get so scared of the change that can happen in our life, right? Like we want change, but then when it comes and knocks at our door, oh my God, yang. So you literally got yin and yang. So this is the yin. So we have the two here and the yang, right? So new beginnings, taking action, new beginnings. And two is action and support by the feminine. So I'm going to read this one. It's crazy. And these two cards came out. The feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move, gathering the information and taking the cues and the art and the consciousness to allow it. So here it's really saying that even though there's this intensive that's happening, allow yourself to flow and to be in the feminine and to feel. Feminine is all about emotion, right? So it's connecting that first point, feel all feelings, and through that you can find out through the collective energy what is calling for you within you to feel more free, to allow your spirit to feel more free, to create new paradigms. The feminine is all about creation. It's all about co-creation, creativity, making new things. So this is going to help us through the intensity, through all of those things, through the truths, through the revelations of certain people and you know, organizations that are people are starting to see their truth, starting to see who they are, who they really are, and feeling and noticing why the earth, a lot of people have been telling me through their healing recently, they've been noticing that Pachamama's been really calling them to help and to support. And I can say that that's needed right now. So there is a lot of things that are happening behind the scene that I think a lot of people are not aware of. And like I mentioned in the live before, we're looking at protecting the earth. We're looking at protecting children. We're looking at the aspect of understanding what's going on with the world, right? Why are they resetting this world in this way? And just asking questions, because maybe the younger version of yourself wasn't allowed to ask questions beyond the rules. And Aquarius full moon's like, ask the questions. You don't have to be afraid to go the other direction that everyone else is doing. You know, you won't be alone. You won't be bullied. Your younger self is safe here. You are safe to question the new paradigms, to question the old paradigms, to know what new paradigms you want to create. So this is a time to calculate receptivity as you are graceful, awaiting for something to come, ready to accept it when it appears. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you. That's power. Power is when we allow things to flow to us and we don't control the flow of whatever is coming our direction. We don't hold our hand to the ocean and tell the ocean to push the other way. The ocean comes to us, and if it takes us, it takes us. If it goes by our feet, it goes by our feet. If it's a low current, it goes as a low current. We don't question the water. Why are we questioning the flow of what we receive in our life? That's what Aquarius full moon's about. So poised to receive the bounty that will be available to you. So again, a lot of you are resetting these spaces and having this kind of rumble, this blender of emotions to make you create a very powerful new structure. And we're looking at finances, we're looking at abundance, we're looking at relationship, and we're looking at love life. Okay, and love life can be family, love life can be partnerships, new partnerships and old ones. Those are the areas we're seeing the effect here. And specifically on how our worthiness feels in those relationships. Remembering that our environment is so important. I saw a TikTok today and they said that, why do we ever question a flower and ask the flower what's wrong with it if it starts to not grow? No, we look at the soil, we look at if it's been watered, we look at the way it's been. So it's looking at your environment and knowing that because during this Aquarius full moon, there's so much happening on a collective level that we really need to listen. And the shadow work prompt that came up for this specific space, if you're resonating with this, all of you should really tap into this, but how can I use my voice with truth? Noticing what my soul is yearning for using this Leo energy. So what is your soul yearning for in truth, in integrity? Okay. And, you know, things change. Changers of this world, changers of this earth world aren't people who are following. Changers are the people who are not, right? So maybe you're a changer. Maybe you're the only one in the family who's on this path. Maybe you're the only one in the family who's doing things that you are doing, who has this money perspective, who has this financial freedom perspective, who has a way of looking at the way you work in an intimate relationship and talk about emotions and are open about things. And that wasn't something you grew up with, but you're willing to repattern and reshift that to a new paradigm. That is you stepping into that, but remembering not to hide your voice when you have an opportunity to speak up. It implies sensitivity as you alertly study the actions of others and contemplate how they will affect you and ours. So knowing again that people are mirrors of ourselves. And if someone's mirroring something, or if you notice something happening in the collective and it's really affecting you, ask yourself, what truth is it pulling out of you? What truth is it pulling out? What medicine is it pulling out of you? And how is your soul wanting to yearn something here? What is coming out here? Remember, you must be in a space of miracles to appear. Be the shaped, not the shaper. So what that means is allow yourself to take full responsibility of your full space. Don't blame other people or don't follow. Don't allow yourself to follow others during this energy. What I mean by that is so easy when there's so much going on like we've had in the past where it's so draining and we just continue to be on that hamster wheel of constantly absorbing that instead of doing something about it, you know, acting on it. That's why that yin and yang, know when to act and know when to flow. Know when to act and know when to flow. Know when to act when your truth comes and know when to listen and sit and reflect and then wait for the green light. That's what Aquarius is all about. So there's two groups. Some of you are going to find out on the Aquarius full moon on August 12, 2022, 3 days before, 3 days after, there might be a flow of it. There's going to be a period where you're going to flow and there's going to be a period where Spirit's going to want you to act. So tune into that. The third thing you need to know about this Aquarius full moon on August 12, 2022 is that your mental diet is more influential at this time. So because we have more anger and more vocal on like just like change and freedom, those words come up a lot, change and freedom, this is an opportunity for you to do affirmations. So I actually have a video on morning and night affirmations if you would like to be supported on that and you feel called to it. And you can do this every day if you feel like you need something to really support you. I also have a root chakra meditation that's really helpful as well. So just notice your mental diet and also notice your environment. What is your environment? Maybe that means creating a boundary and knowing that there's certain friends that maybe when they are in the collective energy that are super intense, they tend to word vomit on you. They tend to energetically vomit, and you know as an empath it's too much for you. So that is your job for you to create that healthy boundary, or to use your voice and say, hey, look, this is nonviolent. With nonviolent communication, this is where I'm at. You know, like when you talk about this going on collectively, it makes me feel anxious because I really need to feel grounded right now. Would you be willing to not talk about that? So that's a great way of just approaching that. If you feel like you can't talk to someone and there's a friend that's just really not holding that space and not allowing to be respectful of your energy, but also knowing that that's your responsibility to communicate that and voice it. So, you know, affirmations on really tuning into abundance, like I said, self-worth, self-image, focusing on intention, your manifestation. So whatever you're focusing on, just really tuning into that mental diet. And we're also looking at that of maybe even putting a limit on your screen time a day for the time around this time, because you're going to be more sensitive. And again, you just really want to tune into your energy and make sure you're in alignment of your energy to know what you need to change for your paradigms, rather than going on social media and seeing other people's paradigms and making that influential on a subconscious level to put that pressure on you and say, I need to have that too, or I need to do this, because that's not going to help you. That's going to make it really hard for you to focus on yourself. Actually, let me pull a card because I was going to pull a card. Okay, so clean up. Let's clean up what is here. Clean up the mental diet, clean up our mind, clean up the negativity, clean up the old relationships. It's all about letting go during this full moon. The next thing you need to know about this August 12th, 2022 Aquarius full moon is FOMO is normal. And I think this is something that our culture, again, tries to avoid, but this is another sign of old paradigms. You know, how have you reacted when you had the fear of missing out on something? So this is a time where, you know, fearful of missing out is a sign that we've experienced in the past, feeling left out, feeling exclusion, or even feeling, you know, judged for something. So whether that is on a basis of the way you are, the way you look, in your group or at school or whatnot it would be, or even fear of just missing out based on your responsibilities, all of that. So here it's all about understanding that sometimes missing out on something gives us permission to understand what is important to us. And also missing out of something is also allowing us to choose our energy without guilt. So here it's all about understanding that you leaving old paradigms, you aren't missing out on being able to impress your lineage, your family, their opinion, society. That is on the subconscious level of a fear. And fear, it can really tell us what our soul wants at the end of the day. So I'm going to pull out an ancestral card because that's coming out for me on FOMO. And what do we need to know about FOMO and why that is so important for us to listen to ourselves. Oh my God. I was just thinking of this card and it came out. And this card is so powerful. The Hunter, track down your fears and desires. So behind the fear of missing out is the desire of what you want. So celebrating that fear, celebrating that you have the opportunity to practice new ways and new pleasures and new discovery of what you want. This Aquarius full moon with the Leo energy is going to give you confidence to claim that, to again use your internal voice and external voice to make the right action with that yin and yang, with that masculine and feminine, creating, envisioning, because you're missing out on something, what is it that you actually want? Right? You're not here to impress people. You're not on this earth plane to impress people. You're not here to impress the old structures, the old world, the old way that people think about how people should work, how people should be mothers, how people should be a woman, a man, a being in this world. You get to define that. The moment that you take on all of those fears and make them a truth, you're allowing yourself to give away the power of being able to see something bigger, to see that you can create something so much bigger to help impact this world on a collective level. So that's a huge message that I just got. The last thing you need to know about this Aquarius August full moon on August 12, 2022 is find spaces and community to connect and support you in positivity. So during this time, you might be wanting to be around newer people that are going to be more positive. Maybe you're finding yourself being more close to certain types of people and maybe not talking to certain friends as much as you used to. And this is just all of a sign that you're just creating a new paradigm. You're creating a new environment for yourself. And that also means that you need different support systems. So welcoming that and giving yourself the opportunity when your energy feels aligned to ask yourself, what are some new interests that I like? What are some things that make me feel happy, make me feel positive, make me feel worthy as a person? What type of relationships do I want to have in my life at this stage, in this season? And this is the card Blessed. I love this card, it's so pretty. So it's saying that knowing that you are so blessed with so much support and there's a lot of amazing people that care for you, even if right now you feel in the chaos of the collective and the intensity, whether it's protests and revealed things of our systems, knowing that we can still come from love and that you are surrounded by love, you are felt with love, with the unseen world of your beloved ancestors, guides, beings. They want to love you, but you need to open and receive it. So know that you have so many blessings. And I'm going to read this card quickly. I'm looking at my charger because I had to charge and top this battery because my battery is really low. So let's hope, I'm manifesting it continues to stay. Something wonderful that is unearned and unexpected and graceful, that is unforeseen as a gift from spirit. In the Leo or the Lion's Gate video, I talked about having unseen, unexpected abundance coming to you. So some of you are getting that and receiving that during this time and knowing that you're getting a blessing that you didn't expect. And this can come from your community. So family members, friends, this could be physical support. This could be someone going out of their way to really help you out or, support you. This could be just community supporting you. The moment that you share your voice, you just have all of these people right behind you being your biggest cheerleaders. So again, the biggest power for you right now is share your voice of your soul and allow yourself to take off the rose glasses, not to fear, to question, to be curious, to flow between the feminine of tapping into the emotions of all emotions you are feeling, while taking what the emotions are teaching you and triggering you to create a new structure, a new paradigm for the collective and your earth purpose. This is an opportunity for you to get more clarity on earth purpose. And through that, you will be given blessings of support from others. Remember, like I said, behind your fears with change, there is desire. Behind the fear of missing out on something, there is a desire that is waiting for you. You have to ask your spirit on the 3 days before, the day of, 3 days after, what are you desiring right now? What are you desiring? Not what your partner's desiring, not what your family's desiring, not what your work is desiring, not what society is desiring. What are you desiring? Be selfish for yourself. Adversity. Accept the challenges are the best way to learn. So just knowing that the challenge, that everything that is going on, the beauty of the chaos is that in the air element of chaos, there is flow, right? Because when things start to break down in structure, then we can start with a new part without any attachment of the old paradigm and the temptation of going to these old habits, these old belief systems, these old negative thoughts, these old relationships. It makes it so much easier not to access it because we're like, it's so much better. It's like having a 1-bedroom apartment and the Aquarius full moon is saying, hey, we want to bring you and show you this new apartment and place. And it's this mansion and it has these beautiful spaces. It's a safe space. It's just energetically so beautiful, such a great environment. And you end up staying there, and then all of a sudden someone says, do you want to go back to your 1-bedroom apartment? You're gonna say, what? I love this place. This place feels great. So just knowing that your soul, your spirit is yearning for something deeper, and again, looking beyond what you see in this world and tap into your gifts. Each and every single one of us has gifts. And how we can tap into that is tuning into our intuition. So tune into your intuition and just call into your guides to help and support you during this time. I know it's a very intensive time right now for all of us. I know even I'm going through it with you guys too. It's not just you, it's me as well. And I just want to say that as we go through these changes, that we are doing this together and we have this community and we're supporting one another. And just know that you are going to thank yourself for moving through these fears, through not waiting till you're not fearful, because if you not waiting till you're not fearful, you won't change. When you're in the pressure of fear, when you're in the pressure of, I just can't take this anymore, or I'm feeling this heat, this fire in me that I have to speak up, that is when there is power. Because you are listening to your body, you're listening to the intuitions, you're listening to the whispers of your spirit. And in doing that, you are allowing your world to change. The full moon is all about manifesting. And here we're manifesting self-worth, new structures in finances, in the way we see ourselves, in home and relationships, intimate relationships. That's huge, but also friendships. Huge things on friendships. And we're also understanding a yearning, a deeper yearning of something. And with the crazy chaos of the world, that is making us tune into that. It's forcing us to tune into that. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video on the Aquarius full moon on August 12th, 2022. Let me know down below what resonated with you, what cards were like, yes, Chica, this feels so aligned. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, put notification bells so you don't miss a video. I do these videos every single month. I will have a meditation out for you lovely souls, so stay tuned. And if you feel called to go deeper into your healing, don't forget to apply for my one-on-ones. My enrollment is open right now, and my retreats, they are filling up. And I just want to make sure that you get the opportunity to tune into doing your medicine, your shadow work, working with plant medicine, as well as shamanic healing, breath work, and so much more. And like I said, we have one in August, September, October, and in December. And they're going to be in Peru, Canada, Costa Rica, and St. Lucia. So you can get all that information down below. I'll write it down below and DM me if you're interested. Happy Aquarius full moon. Bye.